Hi YouTube. So today we'll be discussing how I became a permanent resident, and that's part two. Part one is how Cori became a permanent resident and then a citizen.
If you haven't seen that video, make sure to watch it before you continue this. That'll help you understand a little bit better.
But before we get into it, make sure you like and subscribe and leave comments and stuff like that. Okay. You can delete that out.
You're just such a joker.
Okay.
God.
Part two of the immigration story is my half, and I'm going to explain that to you now.
This video, part one and part two, neither of them are supposed to be advice, legal advice, immigration advice whatsoever. It's just our story and what we went through to get here. We highly suggest that you get legal advice if you are thinking about coming to New Zealand. You can get an immigration lawyer here if you need help, but we felt that we could handle it on our own.
And obviously laws change, things change,
rules
for
change.
Immigration purposes and everything like that. So you have to make sure you check yourself before,
you wreck yourself.
Yeah. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. So, story time. I was feeling a bit tired of my hometown, where I had lived my whole life. Never really had taken big vacations or anything like that. I went to Vegas for a week one time and to Canada a couple times, but just, not really long vacation. Always been working since I was 14, so didn't have a lot of time to do travel and stuff like that. That's just the way it is in the States or in New Hampshire, and a lot of people I know, they don't travel a lot, but so I always wanted to go somewhere interesting and new. And then when I met Cori, she was a New Zealand permanent resident, and it just made it easy to go somewhere new and interesting. But first I had to get a passport, which I didn't have, and it wasn't too difficult. It took about 8 weeks to get it, and then we were well on our way to planning to get a visa from me, and we applied for a working holiday visa. So the working holiday visa was the easiest and cheapest and allows you to work full-time in New Zealand. So as long as you're under 30 and you don't have a criminal record, you can apply for it, and it's good for a year. So it was super easy. I applied online, and I think it was only a couple $100. It wasn't expensive at all. Yeah, and then we got our tickets and pretty much left right away. So I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I'm a welder and pipefitter. So I would easily get a job within a week after moving to New Zealand. So after my working holiday visa expired in a year, I had to, before it expired, I had to apply for a working visa. And because my skills are on the shortage list, so I could just apply for it myself. I didn't need a company to sponsor me or anything like that. So that was good for a year. And shortly thereafter, time had passed, so I could apply for a resident visa through partnership. So I need to prove that Cori and I had been in a relationship for 2 years and lived together for 2 years. I think it was 2 or 3. I had to get a chest x-ray for TB, also background check, FBI, police records, and all that stuff takes time to get sent to New Zealand because they have to physically send it to you. But once I got it, I had some travel restrictions, which I forgot about. Hey honey, apparently immigration's telling me I'm not allowed back in the country, and because my travel restrictions have expired, and it's just nuts. So I'm sitting here waiting, and we're gonna see what they're gonna say. So I actually went back to the States for 2 weeks to visit my brother when I had residency, and they pulled me up when I was coming back into New Zealand, and they said, "You can't come here. Your travel restrictions are expired." And I was like, "What? I don't know what you're talking about. That's crazy. I thought I was a permanent resident." I said, "I'm a permanent resident. You can't do this to me." And they held me and explained to me. They said, "You don't understand. That's not how it works. You actually have to apply for permanent residency. So residency first, then apply for permanent residency." So they allowed me back in and I had to apply for another temporary work visa to go back into the country. And then once I was issued that, I could apply for a permanent residency. So then obviously got my permanent residency, and now here I am, and I can come and go as I please, no travel restrictions, and it's a good thing. So I've been a permanent resident for almost 2 years now, and in 3 more years I can apply for citizenship. So in here I have 2 endorsements, work visa and my resident visa. And they actually don't put endorsements in your passport anymore in New Zealand. They give you a piece of paper, and this is my permanent resident proof, basically. It's a piece of paper, but that's what they give you, and you just have to carry that everywhere you go. So I just keep it in my passport, and that's it. Guys, thanks for watching part 1 and part 2 of our immigration stories. Really appreciate if you could subscribe and like the video, and please follow us on Instagram as well. And
yeah, we'll catch you guys later. Bye.